Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Coming to you live from our comfy couch here in the outskirts of the internet. It's the Gaming Saloon reviews for January 4th, 2026. With your host, Peace 2448, and wrap it up, Salon.
Hi.
The wheel giveth, and then the wheel taketh. This week, the wheel taketh.
The wheel took and drop kicked it across the country.
Yep. Because we're talking about the Donkey Kong Country animated show.
Oh boy.
So I'll start with a little bit of preamble. So this came out in 1997. For reference, that was 1 year after Beast Wars started in 96.
And for other reference, Beast Wars actually looked and functioned better as a show.
Yes. Interesting thing about Beast Wars that's come out. I forget who's doing it, but a company in Canada have managed to cobble together the technology to take the raw tapes for not just technically, which was also done by Beast Wars.
Your internet's trying to go.
Thanks, internet. Please stop. Can you stop? I want to talk about this.
It's a no.
Anywho, this company in Canada has cobbled together technology to take the raw tapes and the raw animation and stuff for, technically it's Reboot, because it's Mainframe Entertainment, I believe, were the ones who animated Reboot. They have the technology to up-res the animations so that you have a nice, fully restored HD version of the series. Now, right now, they're doing it for just Reboot because that doesn't require them to have a conversation with anyone else about a license. But they have the tapes for all of Beast Wars and all of Beast Machines. All they need is one conversation with Hasbro and the okay, and they will do the work. Which means we can finally have Beast Wars on like really nice HD, like really nice versions of the series. Anywho, so Donkey Kong Country.
Never happen, though.
I know, because Hasbro's being irreparably stupid these days.
Not only that, but I mean,
we can hope.
Why make something better?
I don't know. Because it'd be nice. It'd be nice to have the show on Blu-ray.
No, but see, instead what they can do is they can remake it from the ground up and take everyone off in the process.
They technically already did that. That's called War for Cybertron Kingdom. That was on Netflix. It was a partial remake of Beast Wars that had Beast Wars characters in it, and it sucked ass.
Yeah, but that was just a partial. They need to try it all the way. Waste all that money instead of, spending it on something to make it be done correctly.
Yeah. Especially from these folks who, care. And I do mean care, because like I said, they cobbled together this defunct, non-existent technology anymore to make this happen. We are talking about shit you have to, either make parts yourself or find parts to make work. But yeah, Donkey Kong Country, we're looking at the first 4 episodes. Now, the first 4 episodes we're doing off the production codes, technically, because that was the playlist I found on YouTube. That is the show in HD, supposedly. Would you care to guess what order these episodes aired in properly?
What order?
So episode 1 that we watched is technically episode 3 in airing order. Episode 2 aired 5th. Episode 3 aired 6th. And episode 4 aired 25th of 26 for season 1.
I mean, as I said in the pre-show, it really didn't matter.
You don't want to watch like the show in the order of 19, 24, 1, 6, 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 11, 14, 15, 16, 18, 20, 21, 22, 25, 12, 23, 26, 4, 17? Because that is the airing order. It does not get better in season 2.
But there's also no through-line story.
True.
Meaning it doesn't matter.
Mm.
That's where my
Also,
problem with this is.
Also, just props to Sterling Jarvis. He is Donkey Kong's singing voice. He's probably the best singer of this cast for songs. He's an actual trained singer.
But at the same time, I don't even care.
Correct, because don't you love him? Can we even call Donkey Kong a himbo in this show? Because he is rock dead stupid.
Which, I mean, I get it. That is supposed to kind of be the idea behind him. This big dumb brute kind of deal.
Mm-hmm.
Except for he's not always just completely rock dead stupid.
Unlike in this show where he is 100% rock dead stupid all the time.
Coupled with the
There
fact
is
that
nothing
it
going
feels like the characteristic of, you know, our secondary character here, Diddy, is wrong too.
Oh, you don't like Cowardly Diddy?
No.
I love that this Diddy is afraid of flying, and I just am like, sir, you're the one with the fucking jetpack in later games.
Yep. Yep.
But anything else before we get into the episodes?
No.
Okay, so we're gonna start with episode 1, Bad Hair Day. Craigie is here to deliver us exposition, telling us about the crystal coconut that can do, and I quote him here, fortune-telling, teleportation, power supply, and wish fulfillment.
I forgot he did say power supply too.
Yep. Basically, they are stating from episode 1, this crystal coconut can do whatever the fuck we want as needed by the plot. It can even technically deliver visions to Donkey Kong as said in a later episode. This thing just does whatever.
It is the crystal MacGuffin.
Yes. That is also bouncy and basically indestructible. Because everyone bounces this thing at some point over the course of these 4 episodes, and I'm like, what the fuck is this made of? Because it damn sure ain't crystal. But But the crystal coconut apparently it's bequeathed, I guess, is the king of Congo Bongo, and that is Donkey Kong, who, as we've said in this show, is rock dead stupid.
And
There
we're
ain't
even
nothing
told
going
that
on in that head.
at the beginning.
Yes, Cranky is like, there is nothing in that head. Nothing at all. Then we are introduced to King K. Rool. Now you're
Or as
wondering
all
why
of
I
them
kept
keep
making
wanting
Beast
to
Wars.
call him Cruel.
Now you may be wondering why I kept making the Beast Wars comparisons. That's because K. Rool in this first episode does Megatron's yes, exactly how he would, and I'm like, somebody was taking notes. Somebody wants their discount Megatron, and he's bad at it. Yeah. But K. Rool and that, exactly that. Thank you. I forgot we had that.
I was like, where is it? Where is it?
But yeah, K. Rool and the Kremlings decide to invade Cranky's house to steal the crystal coconut. Meanwhile, DK and Diddy are at home with the most impractical elevator in existence. Like, why does it have to be launched into this device to catch it? Why does it just not go up and down?
Because then we won't have the gag of how strong people are.
I guess. But Cranky calls for DK, and then DK and Diddy show up, and then they stomp on a bunch of barrels that activate traps to send the Kremlings and K. Rool packing. Back at K. Rool's lair, which is fucking somewhere on this island. I'll be honest, I have no idea how far anything is from each other or where anything is in location or in relation to each other.
I don't think the writers do either, so you're not alone.
But yeah, K. Rool back in space is like, I must take Donkey Kong's power away. I know, give him a haircut and that will get rid of his strength because
Of
I
just
put a
one
curse on him.
Yes.
Yes. And then to do that, he makes a robot copy of Candy Kong, who works at a barrel factory that is run by, new to this continuity, Bluster Kong. Don't you love Bluster Kong?
No.
Don't you love his dumbass fucking hair in episode 4?
No.
That I swear is phallic. Anyway, he sends that out. Robo Candy gets to DK, and she's like, I need to cut your hair. And DK's like, okay. And so DK gets his hair cut, and then the worst thing possible is revealed to us. So you know the little like tips and stuff that are on top of DK's head? That's not hair. That's just how his head's modeled. Question.
Yeah.
Why? Why have they delivered this cursed ass looking thing in episode 1?
Reasons, and they don't understand how Donkey Kong is.
I also assume it's to save money because we're not making a different like model of DK's head that's bald. Just untexture that one part of his head. So now DK has no strength, and now when K. Rool tries to steal the crystal coconut, DK can't stop him, and so he gets bonked. This is where Funky shows up now, and Funky takes DK and Diddy to a banana field to get DK back his strength. It doesn't work. Cranky develops a potion to cure the curse, but en route delivering it, Candy and Bluster wreck somewhere, And Bluster's like, you know what? Fuck this. And dumps out the cure into the ground that makes a banana tree, but nowhere near where DK and Diddy are. But somehow that gives DK back his hair and his strength when he ate a banana at a different location.
Completely different location. And
yes.
It's surprising that you pieced that together, because I was just under the assumption of that will be important later for it to never be important again.
Exactly.
Because the way the curse was worded was until Donkey Kong grew his hair back. Meaning that could have literally just happened at that same moment.
Yes. So DK gets his hair back. He goes and it beats up the Kremlings and K. Rool and gets the crystal coconut back, and the day is saved. Hooray! That's episode 1. Also, somewhere in here were 2 songs.
Also, fun fact, that point of Donkey Kong getting his hair back was the start of me being done with caring, and the end of this episode made me finish caring all the way.
That did not take long.
I already was barely caring, so yeah.
Yeah, also, just for reference, there are 2 songs every episode because we have to fill time.
And we don't know how to write a show to fill the time.
I am once more sad we do not get the pirate song. Even though we get pirates here in a while. Episode 2, Ape Fu Young. K. Rool tries to drop by and do the plot, but then DK and Diddy show up for unrelated reasons, needing a vacuum, and run off the Kremlings without realizing they're there. And then they just all like hide and then fuck off as Cranky is hung up on a trophy and is basically ignored by all parties. As DK and Diddy take a vacuum and then fuck off themselves. And Cranky doesn't tell them, hey, the Kremlings are here at all the entire time. He just mutters to himself the entire time. But at this point, Cranky is visited by the ghost of his past that tells him he sucks. And so Cranky's like, I'm going to get young so I don't suck anymore. And then he does. And he tries to go fight K. Rool and the Kremlings and does it because he sucks. He gets captured immediately. Good job, Cranky. Then DK comes back with the vacuum after a shenanigan of some sort. I don't know. I didn't care. They come back to deliver the vacuum. DK finds the potion, drinks it, gets turned into a baby, and it's not until this baby DK and Diddy make it back home that Diddy now notices that DK is not with him and has been replaced by Baby. Reminder, Diddy, in the scene before this, is walking out of Cranky's house after DK has transformed and does not notice that Donkey is not with him and instead has been replaced with a baby version of him until they get back to DK's house. How?
Because everyone in the show has no brain.
Apparently. Because it gets worse. Because now there's shenanigans with Candy and the baby DK, because Candy was supposed to have lunch with Donkey, but now is babysitting the baby. And then there's shenanigans with Cranky and K. Rool that turn Cranky back old. At least the K. Rool trying to get the coconut back at Cranky's. Diddy and baby DK make it there, try to stop it. They end up getting the coconut and then manage to make it back to DK's house with the Kremlings in pursuit. And eventually DK gets reversed. He's proper again, and then he beats up the Kremlings and they get fuck off. And then K. Rool drinks the potion to become tiny instead of a baby. And then that's the end of the episode, folks. This show was rock dead stupid, but in a way that I feel like You can make fun of this and probably enjoy it, but otherwise it's an atrocious watch.
Or you can just be
any
like me
thoughts on
and
our
sit
first
there
half?
and be like, what did I just watch?
Yes. So any thoughts on the first half of this nonsense?
It's a thing. It's a thing.
It certainly is.
It's pretty
So
much.
here's episode 3.
It's pretty much the episode comes down to K. Rool or whoever our stand-in villain is does a thing. Coconut gets stolen. DK does a stupid thing. Somehow saves the day, and then we're back to square one.
Yep. In this never-ending cycle, as we are all trapped in purgatory, because that's what the show feels like.
Because there's absolutely no through-line plot. And it seems like none of the characters remember what they did the previous episode, looking at K. Rool, acting every time that he gets his hands on the coconut as, ooh, I finally have done it. You've done it before. There's no finally have done it. You've done it again.
Here's an idea. Wish all the cogs did as soon as you put your hands on it, because that's apparently what the thing it could do. Except it's done nothing. Anyway, episode 3.
Yeah, go ahead.
Booty and the Beast. We've got pirates now. We have pirate Kremlings. They are here for the coconut. They have some backstory with Cranky for some reason. I don't know what the fuck it is. I didn't remember, and I didn't bother to write it down because I didn't care.
Also, one of them's reused K. Rool assets. Just saying.
I mean, we have to reference the fact that K. Rool was a pirate for a hot minute in DKC 2 before he became a scientist in DKC 3. The man wears many hats.
Yeah.
Anywho, but K. Rool gets it first because he shot his one main minion at the door and he grabbed it before he got pulled back by a spring because fuck it. We hadn't tried this plan yet. But now K. Rool takes over the barrel factory so they can make explosive barrels so he can blow something up, I guess. I don't know. I don't know where the rest of his plan was. Or even if he said what the rest of his plan was.
He didn't say what the rest of his plan was, meaning that there probably wasn't the rest of a plan. He just wanted to make explosions.
Fair. Anyway, DK and Diddy show up to try to save the day. There's a minecart chase. Eventually, Bluster ends up with the coconut randomly by accident. And so, hooray! So DK and Diddy try to return the coconut, only the pirates are there. And then the pirates capture DK and Diddy, and then some fucking thing frees them afterwards. And so they beat up the pirates, and now the pirates are just, I guess, here in the background now. I know there was a song in there with the whatever the fuck this was that saved them, but I think I tuned out at that point.
That was quick.
Episode 4, barrel, who's got the barrel? DK and Candy try to have a date. Bluster decides to be a dick. He gets a stupid ass hairdo because he tries to impress Candy, and Candy's like, no, 1, you're my boss, 2, you're a jackass, so fuck off. And so he decides, I'm going to steal the coconut. And it gives DK a vision about it, but he doesn't make it in time to stop it, so Bluster makes it away with it, but forgets his business card, so they know it's Bluster that stole it. Anyway, shenanigans at the factory lead to the coconut getting stuck in a 007 barrel that gets shot into a rocket, and that goes to Funky's, except Funky was like, this doesn't have my bananas, and then tried to fly it back, but it ended up in the mountains. And that's where DK and Diddy meet a Yeti that causes shenanigans with the barrel and the coconut, and eventually Bluster gets it, but I think he either keeps it until they get it back or it ends up in K-Rool's hands for his bomb. I'll be honest, I do not know what happened at the back end of this episode. I feel like I lost the plot, and just as much as the writers had at this point. Because the bomb doesn't go off, they get the coconut back home, but the Yeti drops by for shenanigans, and that's how the episode ends. Any thoughts?
Because I was backed out.
I want to see what the hell they made with the fucking manga for this series. Because I'm like, is it this scattered? Is it this dumb? I must know. Because somebody at Nintendo had faith in this show, and I think it was poorly chosen.
Someone had faith in this show and probably doesn't work for Nintendo anymore.
Sometimes I'm like, why don't we have more Nintendo adaptations of stuff? And then you look back at their history and you go, right, that's why they don't.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them ended up bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Nintendo doesn't like it when a third party makes their stuff look bad. They tend to disavow it.
Considering that we have one good and then most of them are mediocre at best. Yeah.
I was about to say, I think of this time period, you had the Kirby anime. Oh, okay. I was just trying to think of, like, at the time of this show, I'm like, what the fuck else did we have?
I'm meaning in general, all the way up to current kind of deal, even.
Mm-hmm. I'm just trying to think of any good ones. The Kirby anime?
Can you really call it good if people tend to not remember it as much?
Probably not.
That kind of fits in that mediocre at best kind of deal.
The F-Zero, can't even say the F-Zero anime because we didn't even get the full damn show. It only fully aired in Japan. We only got like part of it. I think we got like 1 GBA game out of it. But also, it's F-Zero. What were you expecting? There's like the 3 Mario cartoons? No. 2, right?
2 or 3. I don't
There's the Mario
remember.
3 show. I think it's the Mario 3 show and the Mario World show. But I think those people remember as live action bits of that related to that. Oh god, what else? I mean, there's Pokemon, but like, do we really count Pokemon?
I don't count Pokemon. I don't on that.
Yeah, I can kind of understand Nintendo's hesitance for.
I don't count Pokemon for the simple fact of that's technically second party, not first party.
Yeah, there's like that degree of separation there. Yeah, I kind of understand why Nintendo has hesitant to let their stuff be adapted because a lot of it's not went well. But yeah, that's DKC, folks.
Also called it.
Yeah.
Half hour.
I think I'll say we'll be back in 3 weeks for Persona 4, the anime.
No, 2.
For the first 4 of that. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're still good on 2. What I was saying, Sunday won't change.
So 2.
Saturday's the question mark.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll be back in 2 weeks with that. I don't know if that will be the only stream. I don't know. I might not do a normal Thursday stream that week. Part of me feels like I could probably use the extra couple of days off. That's also me talking at the moment rather than me before that actually happens.
I'd say unless you decide otherwise, at least that week's Friday stream will be a no. At the very least.
Yeah. Yeah, in 2 weeks we'll be back with the Persona 4 anime, which I promise it's good. It is leagues better than the 5 anime. I also have to find a link for it. And I might try to find the dubbed version, at least for myself, because I'm used to the dubbed voices for the forecast.
I should be fine either way. So whichever one you find. That way we're watching the same ones.
Yeah.
I don't happen to grab something different.
I was about to say, the only thing you could grab that's different is technically the golden anime, which that's completely different. But it is also on the wheel. But yeah, that'll be in 2 weeks, barring any last minute changes. But between now and then, Thursday will be CAD. Hopefully we finish up Gotchard this week. I hope, maybe. It's starting out to be a lot more work than I expected, which shouldn't surprise me. Friday, it is SSX Tricky for Cubiverse. And then Saturday?
Yep, Saturday will be Power Wash Simulator.
Okay.
As we work on cleaning stuff.
Okay. I didn't quite remember if we were doing Power Wash or if we did something else.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and do that. Because the other thing is actually, thanks Bob for being timely, is actually going to be the next event. I've decided on that one.
Okay. But yeah, that's the week ahead, folks. So if you like what you're seeing, drop a follow. Really appreciate it. Exclamation point YouTube chat gets YouTube archive for this and all of our other streams. Exclamation point social chat gets the handles for our social media so you know we'll go live. Exclamation point Discord chat. This link. Drop by. Say hi. See you Thursday, folks.